Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 6th or 12th, depending on who you're talking to, Cold Cast Will Cheese Fail Marathon. This is game number 7.
Yep.
The last game had promise, and then, just like the worst case of blue balls, it was stripped from us at the last possible moment, and we were left curled up in the fetal position with no satisfaction whatsoever. Mr. MaximusBlack.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up with the sound of blue balls.
Oh, fuck!
Yep. For like hours on end.
Yeah, it's not a good time, man. It's not a good time.
It is bad. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner of a galactic process, we have Bedlam.
Bedlam.
And in the top right, we have AO or IO, but I'm going to call him AO.
Ayo.
AO.
We have got a TVZ up in this motherfucker. Well, we have been kind of talking about StarCraft a lot. Let's talk about other things that are going on in the wonderful world of Adam. What's new?
What's new? I stream lots and lots of No Man's Sky lately. Because I'm one of like the 4 people apparently that don't have any technical issues. It's been pretty good. Like I keep telling people, I've just gotten lucky because with the game only has like 3 different things to do, and it just so happens that those at least 2 of those 3 things for me scratch an itch for me as a gamer. So the exploration part is I don't get bored of that particularly fast, and I don't mind the whole inventory upgrading and stuff. Doesn't bother me at all, because then I'm like I feel like I'm a god when I have like a better ship or something. So like other than that, I'm waiting for Abduction, which is the next game by the developers of Myst. First game from them in 5 ever.
Wow, when does that come out?
That comes out, this is the 21st? I want to say it's the 23rd or 24th, maybe?
Whoa!
Yeah, it's called Abduction, and they made it, it's VR, bro.
Oh!
I don't have VR, but that's
so
one
what do you have
game
to use,
that
the
I
Vive?
wish,
Use the Vive?
I want to say it was made specifically, well, not specifically for, but I want to say it was built for Vive.
Yep.
Or developed with Vive. You obviously don't have to play it with that, but they wanted to, I mean, think of Myst and Riven and shit with VR. Like that's
incredible, dude.
That's one genre that VR actually makes sense to me, like the puzzle adventure, because now you're looking around at the clues instead of just scanning the screen with your mouse.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
I think that's the evolution of those types of games at this point.
Yeah.
It's
natural evolution of them, and it's still the same guy. It's Rand Miller. I don't think the brother is there, but everybody else from Science Studios is still there. And so it looks pretty sick. So
I
I'm
am definitely going to be playing that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it came out.
I'm going to publicly make myself look retarded for the sake of playing another puzzle adventure on a live stream.
Oh, I'm just going to smash my head on the keyboard until I, luckily, get the right combination. That's how I roll. No, but Kale and I actually both played Myst and Riven together. We beat them both. Like, this was years ago. Like, when
really?
When we first started dating.
Riven is probably the best of the Myst games.
Yeah, Riven's a fun time. Riven was really, really tough at some points.
It's also the hardest of the Myst games. Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that's coming out, so I look forward to playing that next week then.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. You can't pre-order anything on Steam. You have to. I think they're just gonna be having it up for purchase as it launches.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a Kickstarter game. I didn't know it was. I'm salty because I missed out on a signed art book that I could have had. This Kickstarter was in 2013. I didn't know about this game until this year. How the fuck that flew under my radar so hard is beyond me. But yeah, because it's a Kickstarter game, you don't get to buy it ahead of time. So, looking forward to that. It's gonna be.
Well, what they should be doing right now is sending us both a copy of this game because we just put it on blast here.
Dude, I already emailed, or not emailed. I like Twittered. I was like, look, I will give you my firstborn child, but I want so bad a signed, art book by the crew. Like Myst is like
all right.
My life.
All right, this is what we're gonna do, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to tweet out to the developers.
Yes.
That we want 2 signed copies.
Yes.
Of the what was it?
Abduction.
Abduction.
Yeah.
Sent to my P.O. box, right?
Yes.
Or they can get a hold of us. But we're gonna do a tweet. All right. And I'm going to make it so that the tweet will be in the description of this video. And what we need is every single person that has a Twitter account to retweet that and say, give these guys a 2 copies of that because they're big fans or something in that line. We're
Dude,
gonna use our social power.
I tried
to get what we want.
I had like 100 or something retweets and favorites on mine. I tried so hard. They even liked it, but they never responded.
Oh well, they're gonna respond.
I was salty. I wanted it so bad because literally, like, I did Mist and Riven and Mist 3 and 4 with my dad.
All right, well,
so that was big time. I'm
gonna tell you right now that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna put it in the description, and we're gonna get those damn things.
I was like, I will throw money at you.
Well, Adam, remember that time when we just really wanted a legit nuke game?
Is it happening?
It's happening.
Oh, shit!
We managed to talk through the crappy parts, and now we are ready for the action.
Brace your buttholes for action.
Here we go. The first nuke is coming down. He doesn't know where it is, and all of...
Oh, that's such a perfectly placed nuke. Oh, I didn't think those drones were going to go.
Oh,
oh, no!
Oh, my God.
Oh, savage! Everything's dying!
Oh, my God.
This is the end of times for the Zerg. Oh, God. Just rip. Rip.
Oh, my.
Everything.
Everything just got murked.
Oh, my God.
This is gonna be timed.
Oh, this is first place for days, dude. Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, he's still shooting them.
Oh, my God.
He is still shooting them,
Somebody
boys.
stop the This savagery. This is inhuman.
And he's picking shit up and he's just going over to the next spot.
This has got to be against the Geneva Convention. Oh, rip.
Wow.
That was the quickest dismantling of 2 bases.
I mean, what else does Zerg do here? I mean, what does he do? 2 nukes come down at the same time and then he gets hit with medevacs?
Holy shit.
What does he do? He's got lings and some queens. And off he goes into the sunset.
Oh, boy.
Damn.
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 Well, yep.
Welp is right.
My thoughts exactly. I don't even know what else.
I'm a Terran main.
I bet you didn't see that coming.
No. And you done nuked me like a scrub.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shots are fired.
He feels so fucking scrubby. I mean, who gets caught off guard by like 9 nukes?
Yeah, that was brutal. And the Terran was pretty much on 1 base. He's moving over now.
Oh,
but
man.
he just teched nukes and then he just started raining. And all this guy got now are lings. That's the show.
Just a handful.
So, well, that was this is number 1. This is number 1.
Quickly, meteoric rise to first place.
Yep.
Some people might even say nuclear.
Ooh. Well, it's gonna be nuclear when we get ourselves some signed copies of abduction.
Dude, I will glass
abduction,
like being abducted by aliens. Abduction.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it is. I would glass case that motherfucker. If I had the 2, I would really want like a signed copy of the Mist Reader by the 2 Rand brothers would be kind of cool. But just the abduction
well,
thing.
let's not push it.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
I'm just saying in general.
We're gonna get the signed copies of the game,
and
we'll still buy the game. Obviously, we want to play it.
I already told him. I was like, I will pay you. I just didn't know this Kickstarter existed in 2013.
We'll pay you? Nah, bro. We're putting them on blast right now. All right. People are learning about this game right now.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to play it. I'm definitely running fucking subscriber-only mode for it.
Of course, dude.
210%.
Oh, my God.
The backseating in puzzle games is so strong, it's painful.
Oh, yeah, and people will also spoil it for you, too.
Dude, playing The Witness was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in a live stream.
Oh, yeah, well, anything...
Actually, guaranteed.
Anything puzzle, bro. Anything puzzle.
It was beyond painful.
Yeah, it'd be worse than playing Hearthstone.
Outside of the fact that The Witness was...
mediocre?
Pretentious bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. Oh, this guy is just relentless.
Oh, yeah.
He just doesn't stop.
He's nuking everywhere, man.
This is a nuke for everybody. He's the Oprah of nukes right now. This is like Oprah's favorite things, except all of her favorite things are nukes. Oh, my God.
Right.
I mean, he's trying to save his drones. I don't know to what end. He's just dragging the game on right now for the sake of I don't know what.
Well, he's not giving up. Oh, the larva goes there. Queen goes down. He still has all of this bio. A lot of mech in there, but Still got this massive units.
It's just, there's nothing. He's got 19 food and all of its drones. What does he expect to accomplish? I mean, it's just, he could literally just toy around and drop nukes for the rest of the game, which I wouldn't even be mad.
Nah. No, that was a solid game right here. This is definitely number 1, and I'm happy that we learned about the Mist game.
Yes.
Any other games that are coming out? You know, the game that I'm looking forward to probably the most right now, besides now knowing about a new Mist, is the new Resident Evil. Because it's VR.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you have to be.
Because
I mean, we're dealing with a franchise
Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Oh, I know.
Didn't really solidify my my trust.
The feelings that I have with Resident Evil are the same feelings that I have with Final Fantasy. I love the franchise. It brings a lot of nostalgia for me. Even the bad versions, it's like a guilty pleasure almost. Like Resident Evil 5 was just awful. Yeah. But I mean, you're still part of that story. You're still part of that universe. So for me, when I see a Final Fantasy game or a Resident Evil game that is promising, I always give it the benefit of the doubt because I want it to succeed.
Of course, you want it to succeed.
And now that it is VR, it looks super cool.
I'm gonna say this though. If Albert fucking Wesker is in this godforsaken game, I'm a rage quit.
Oh, you know he's in it.
I swear to God.
Or
dude.
we'll find out he has like a twin brother.
Oh no.
And you know yeah.
Oh, just stop the Wesker madness. That dude died like 16 times. Just let him fucking be dead.
So that's how I feel about that. So I'm gonna say Resident Evil. I mean, this new Mist game, I would love to have VR for it. There's actually a guy that is selling here in Halifax an Oculus, like the newest Oculus, because he wanted the Vive.
Yeah.
So they're actually game developers, and they were actually developing a VR game, and so they decided to switch over to the Vive, and they're selling off their Oculus. But they want like $900 for it, and I'm just like, you know what? As much as I would love to fucking have a VR like in my house today, and play VR horror games and do all this other stuff, the thought of paying $900 for a VR system,
painful.
And it's basically it's first generation.
Yeah.
It just seems awful.
I still think, honest to God, outside of a very small genre of games, that VR is still a gimmick, much like 3D was a gimmick, and it's going to go away again.
I agree with that to an extent. I think VR is going to have a longer shelf life.
He'll have longer shelf life than 3D for sure.
I mean, did anybody ever really use 3D? Like really?
Well,
like
they're still peddling that shit in theaters.
Well, the theater stuff works. I'm talking about the 3D games.
Oh,
like
no, no.
Yeah, well, the theater stuff works because it drives the ticket prices up, and it allows the companies to make more money. The thing is with 3D is the people that don't like 3D, they can opt to watch a 2D movie.
Thank God, because I'm one of those people that 3D just not adding anything.
Yeah, nine times out of 10, if it's 3D, you have an option to not watch the 3D because they consciously know that there are people that A, can't handle it, or 2, just don't like it. Just don't like the experience.
Doesn't do anything for me.
But yeah, I think VR is going to. I think what they need to not fuck up VR. I think if they do a good job with it over the next 2 years, I think it'll be something that can last for 10 years. But I think if there's no good developers getting on board, or if all AAA developers or even indie developers get scared of the non-success of certain VR games, and then they just don't start producing it, then we could have a problem. But the way that it's going, I think that it adds to another experience. I've used VR at conventions, and yes, it is a gimmick at its core, but I think it really does elevate, for certain genres, another experience that you can only get being in a game.
If you have a 20 by 20 foot room in your house that is literally burning a hole in your pocket, like not being used for storage or anything, and you can afford to strap a Vive-powered computer with a couple of 1080s and the cameras for the Vive around your room, and you rig up a system that allows you to not trip, fall, and break your nose while playing the Vive, that is a great experience. Again, depending on what you're playing, but still, the best, by far, experience you can have with VR, period. right now. It's not even close.
Can I just hold up that thought for a second and just give a big shout out to Defers? He said, just got a Chairs4Gaming chair with your code.
Oh, shit.
Thanks for the recommendation.
See, it works.
Continue.
People understand the value of the FAP chair. So, that's the best experience you can have, like, bar none. But maybe I have to be careful that I'm not just, like, projecting my own feelings onto the rest of the fucking market. But I feel like the longer this VR stuff has been around, the less I'm hearing people generally even talk about it. There was a period where everybody
because it was new technology
was talking about it, right? And everybody was like, I want it, and now it's getting less. And I think the other problem that might end up either A, making VR take a really long period of time to take hold, or B, kill VR as a thing in general for another generation until somebody else tries it again, or augmented reality just kills virtual reality altogether, which is the inevitable conclusion anyway. I feel like the closed ecosystems that a lot of these units are doing, like I feel like there's only going to be some games only for the Oculus Rift, and not some, probably a lot, because they have to pay for the R&D costs for shit. So they need exclusives, and then the Vive is going to would be another one, Pocket, and then there'll be like all these VR headsets that have like their own little ecosystems, and it's going to be like having the console wars. Except when you're trying to come up with a new technology and make it a viable thing, having a bunch of closed ecosystems is kind of counterproductive.
Well, I think when it comes to the to get it into the because I think the majority of people that know about VR and that are interested in it are casual gamers. And the casual gamers
with a $4,000 PC.
Well, well, here's the thing: is the casual gamer can't really afford to have a $4,000 PC, and probably, don't have all the room required for something like the Vive. So I think to push it out to the masses, if it is successful on the PS4, then I think it'll really take off. If it fails on the PS4, if the numbers aren't there, they're not selling it, people aren't buying into the gimmick, then I think that it's going to have a tough time really surviving in the masses. There'll always be a niche for it, for certain gamers, like myself. I'm definitely that niche market. But I think for an everyday person, they're like, do I really want to fucking spend, we'll say conservatively, $3,000 to really enjoy it? And you can see the graphics card market really drop their prices because they want people to get VR, right? That's why the prices have tanked big time and you're getting so much for your dollar, is because they know people can't afford to do both.
There are applications for VR that are outside of gaming that I think are actually more suited for VR than gaming is, which sounds weird to say, but like, for example, the Olympics had VR for a number of events, that if you had, like, it would be on your phone, so with like Samsung's VR or whatever, where you could actually be seeing the event and move your head around and look around the space. Stuff like that I think is probably where the mass market is going to get their hands on it. When it comes to the gaming thing, I think it's going to come down right now, by the way it looks, is it's going to be PlayStation's VR and Vive. Oculus worked itself into a corner in a number of different ways, not the least of which would be its pricing has put it in the most awkward fucking position ever, where it's so much more expensive than PlayStation's, without providing a huge leap, and also being awfully close to the Vive. That why would you, if you want to get a middle of the road, you're gonna go PlayStation, and if you want to go high end, or if you want the best experience, you're gonna go Vive. This little awkward middle ground that the Oculus is trying to occupy,
it's gonna be titles.
Is gonna be really fucking hard. So they've got to, like, I think what you're gonna see is, because Facebook owns Oculus, right? So I think what you're gonna see is Facebook also just recently announced that they're coming out with a game platform. So you're gonna see a bunch of like exclusive Oculus shit that's gonna be like fucking Candy Crush Saga in VR. Right? You're going to see a bunch of that stuff where they're going to make their money that way, because that's where Facebook makes a lot of money, is their games. I don't think you're going to see like them push AAA stuff as much, whereas the Vive will be the place where the real hardcore gaming VR stuff occurs, and the PlayStation is in its own ecosystem, where Sony is planning to try and make almost every game, to my knowledge, playable
on VR.
Yeah. Which is where the value of that one lies. So Oculus is going to, I think, end up being more commercial use, and then see some really somehow convince the casuals again. 10 years from now, when a VR headset doesn't cost $700 fucking dollars, and require somebody said it doesn't cost 4K. It still costs right now.
It's a lot.
A graphics card, even in the States, you're spending probably at least $400. Minimum. So you're buying the headset plus a $400 GPU
and a CPU.
And a CPU if you don't already have a decent one to power the GPU or keep up with it for a substantial amount of money. And that's why the Vive is in such a good place, because anybody who's buying a Vive, which is expensive to begin with, already has the computer to run it.
The stuff,
or has the money for it. So it's weird. I don't have a lot of interest in VR except for like very selective things. Like I said, Abduction I would love to fucking have in VR, but I'm not going to go to my way to break the bank to fucking make that happen. I'll wait it out anyway. And commercial applications, different things like sporting events and stuff.
That would be cool.
At-home VR. Porn, well, porn's going to happen regardless. Porn already probably exists.
Oh, it does.
Absolutely.
Oh, it does.
Porn drives the industry. The only reason we have 4K fucking video is because of porn. The only reason we have HD video on the internet is because of porn. The only reason we have video on the internet, period, is because of porn.
UJIS.com, hit me with that collab.
So, that's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big VR guy.
All right, well, there it is. We just gave a spiel about VR. What do you guys think about VR? Let us know in the description or the comment section of this video. Make sure to go and check out those giveaways. We're going to jump right into the next game right now.